Hi there and welcome to Almost Solitaire. We are in the year 321 BC now, and well, as we know, Alexander the Great is now dead. He did die 2 years previously, and we are now seeing his old empire in full chaos, with all his generals claiming their own kingdoms, and because all of them see themselves as a successor of Alexander himself, and or Diadokia, as the Greeks say, and well, we in the eastern part of the empire, in Eastern Asia and over there, we have a general, or now a king, you could say, called Perdiccas, who is the ruler of, and he also has the title of regent of the Asiatic Empire. So he has a big chunk of land, and he's maybe the most powerful of these successors. So he owns a big chunk of land over there in the east, and by that, some other of the successors are now creating a coalition against him. And as it was, Craterus was appointed to go over to Asia and meet Perdiccas' forces and confront him. So they gathered up a big army, led by Craterus, as I said, with many of the Macedonian veterans, the phalanxes here, and together with Craterus, we had a man called Neoptolemus, who was probably some kind of a cavalry chief here. So they went over, and Perdiccas, of course, knew of this, so he sent Eumenes to confront him. And he has a guy named Alcetas with him here. So he sent an army over towards Hellespont, where Craterus' forces were expected to cross over to Asia, which they did. So after the landing, they met up close to Hellespont. And as you can see, it's a pretty just plain here. It's a good battlefield, if you could say so, for a phalanx-styled battle. So the lines drew up. And as it was, Neoptolemus, I think I said that he had Neoptolemus with him when he was going over Hellespont. That's wrong, because Neoptolemus was actually on the same side as Eumenes when the armies drew by, but he was jealous of Eumenes, so he actually took some of the Perdiccas cavalry and went over to Craterus and joined forces with him, actually. So he was not with Craterus from the beginning. Sorry for confusing that up, but that's the story. And very well, that meant that Craterus got some more cavalry, because he was kind of in need of cavalry. He didn't have as much cavalry as Eumenes did, but he was more heavy on infantry. So he was, and that can be seen also in the forces here. We're going to check that later. But even though they had a bit, I think both sides had about 20,000 men in this battle, but Craterus had better quality here, with many veteran Macedonians. Anyway, the battle started. The phalanxes started moving towards each other, and at the same time, Craterus, very eager to fight, he did break loose from his lines and attacked the enemies here. And that was a fierce fight, but it resulted in Craterus dying here in hand-to-hand combat with Eumenes' cavalry on his left. That was a bad blow for them. Also, Neoptolemus probably looking forward to meet Eumenes, who is commanding the his right-hand side cavalry force here. They met up, and as a matter of fact, Neoptolemus was also killed in hand-to-hand combats, and if I'm not wrong, he was actually killed by Eumenes. Not sure there, but anyway, he was killed at least. So actually both of the important leaders here fell, and at the same time we had I think pretty even fight going on here with the infantry. They have also met in the middle here somewhere, but as the Crater's side cavalry started to rout after the disasters of the cavalry charges and the leaders becoming casualties, it also started affecting the morale here, and they got surrounded by the cavalry, of course, and pretty soon they were in rout, but they surrendered. So they surrendered, and Eumenes, he actually asked them to join his forces, and they did agree, but later on they did actually break off this from Eumenes' army again and joined Antipater, who was the regent or the leader of Greece at this time. So he got the infantry on his side, I mean Eumenes, but they soon defected to Antipater. So that's a pretty short introduction to this battle. And this is a really long war. The successor wars, it says here it went on for like 40 years. So, and we have a few of them in this booklet. So we're gonna see a few of these successor fights here in the upcoming videos. But let's start here. So we have the War Council, which states that Craterus gets 5 command cards, while Eumenes gets 6 cards, and Craterus is moving first, probably because he's doing this crazy cavalry charge. And we will fight till we get to 6 banners. And we have one special rule here, and that's about the leaders, because as it was a big thing in this battle that the leaders were losses, and that caused the rout of the surrender of the army, it has been it has been modeled as a special rule here, and that says, and it goes for both sides actually. So if you lose one leader, you will lose one of your command cards. Remember also that Craterus has 5 and Eumenes 6, so even if Eumenes would lose one of his leaders here, they will be even. But maybe more importantly, if you lose both of the leaders, then the other side wins at once. So both leaders and you are defeated, and one leader you lose one of your command cards. That's the rule. So yeah, by that I think that's not much more to say, but we need to look at the armies, of course, before we start the game. So what about starting with Eumenes, who's marching up here to meet, well, we could say invading forces of Craterus over there. So over here we see the left-hand side cavalry wing, no leaders here, but we have 3 cavalry units. It's 2 medium heavy and 1 light up there. So pretty stable cavalry line here. Then we come to the infantry center line, and we have 2 units of auxilia here. We have a medium heavy infantry here. Then we have 2 heavy phalanxes here, more medium heavies, and to mirror this flank we have 2 auxilias over here as well. In front of them we have 2 bow units ready to put some arrows on any advancing forces of Craterus there. On the right hand side we have, oh, I should say we have Alketas here as well, the leader. He's attached to an heavy phalanx unit here. So, and over here we have Eumenes, and there are two medium heavy cavalry units on the far right here of Eumenes' lines. Yeah, and that's the army. And for Craterus then, well, here's an interesting setup thing. We have Craterus himself here with a medium heavy cavalry. So basically I think the whistle has been blown and he has charged, you know. So he's on his way to meet the Eumenes cavalry force here. Thing is though, I mean, he's alone. This is the only cavalry unit here, so it's a bit crazy to charge here, I guess, because we have 3 enemy cavalry units coming up. So, well, dangerous position there. Anyway, let's look at the infantry line behind Craterus. Then we have 2 auxilias, much like we saw in Eumenes' army. Then we have 3 heavy infantry units there, so we have the famous phalanxes of Macedonia there. And remember, we had 2 over on the Eumenes side, so we have a bit more of them over here, or 1 more actually. Then we have 3 units of medium heavy infantry. That's also 1 more than the Eumenes army could muster up. And then 2 auxilia to again mirror the other end of the infantry line. And on the very left-hand flank, we have Neoptolemus with a medium-heavy cavalry here. So, and that's not all. We have a bow unit over there and a light infantry unit over here too, as skirmishers. So both sides have 2 skirmisher units, but there's a slight difference there that we have 2 bows here, 1 bow there and 1 light infantry there. And that's basically it. So what should we do then? Well, if we start with Eumenes, I mean, probably it could be pretty even if we just do the battle and whatever side could win. But we have this special rule, you know, killing both leaders and win the battle. And since we are better, we have more cavalry on both sides, and the leaders are attached to the cavalry unit. So on the Craterus side, so if we could kill off those leaders, we will win the battle quickly. So I'm thinking of pretty much, I think, as in history, Eumenes was relying on his superior cavalry here. So I think we're going to do the same. So we try to chase Craterus and we try to chase Neoptolemus over there. So we're gonna, I think if we get the opportunity, we're gonna try to do some quick cavalry clashes here and get those leaders and then win the battle by that. At least that's the plan A. If that doesn't hold, then we're gonna do plan B, and that's pretty much relying on just killing off more units than the enemy does. And that's basically it. I think I don't see any other need to advance with our line or anything like that. Perhaps we could do that because another advantage we have on this side is the bow units. We have a better skirmishing range than the enemy here, so we could move up like 1 hex or something and start showering them with arrows. I think that's it for Eumenes. For Craterus then, well, basically we should rely on the infantry lines clashing because we are heavier. So I'm actually thinking of, if you get the chance, pull back Craterus. That's a bit ahistoric to do that, I guess, but this is a game now, so I don't know. I don't see the point of having Craterus up there and charging, you know, to his death. Doesn't make sense. Even if it's a valiant thing to do, I guess. But that will just give away some victory banners to the enemy. So I think if I get the opportunity, pull back Craterus, don't advance with Neopotelamus, and just try to get the infantry run clashing with the Eumenes infantry line as fast as possible, because we have more dice to roll than those guys when we clash, and that's what I'm gonna rely upon. So based on that, I don't think there's much more to say than let's start the battle. Okay, so here we go. We go with Craterus first, and alright, here's an interesting line. This is pretty good for being the Craterus hand, initial hand, because this is really good actually. This really goes with the plan, because if I just organize them a bit here, we have 2 line commands, and that suits us well because we want to move up the whole line, right? We have a double time, so we could move up the line and then at some point charge in. But I think of, you know, starting the battle with pulling back Craterus, and this card is really handy for that, because we have 2 units right, and that's over there seen from Craterus' side. So this is perfect because we can move back Craterus with this card and as well start skirmishing. So I'm gonna order those guys, or those units. And as I said, Craterus will pull back. He's not interested right now in doing that probably famous charge he did back in the days. But instead I'm gonna put myself in range of the light cavalry here. I'm gonna put in some fire there. It's 1 die, hoping for green. That's a sword symbol, so that's a miss. And but now if we can open fire at some point again, then we got 2 dice, which is good, because if we get double flags we would eliminate those guys with one fire, but we need to roll good for that, of course. So I'm happy with the initial hand here, I must say, for Craterus. I'm happy we got him away before the cavalry charged. So this does actually the initial plan for Eumenes a bit difficult, because now he pulled back his horse, and that's our initial plan, you know, to just go forth and kill him. That cannot really be done now, but I think still I want to kind of stick to the plan and do some kind of cavalry charge here. So let's see what hand we got with Eumenes then. We got the light unit, we got the mounted charge, and that's pretty much what we want. So both guys have pretty good hands. Here we have, let's see, so mounted charge. Here we have a leadership any section. That's also good because we could activate both or any of the cavalry wings with that. Pretty good. What's over here then? We have 4 units left. Pretty good too, because that's, you know, cavalry again. We have a move fire move. That's more for a skirmish thing. Maybe not now, at least. Interesting right now. And then we have a left leadership, and that's also good because... No, it's not that good because we don't have a leader here. I just remember that now. So we cannot use leader cards here. What we have 4 units there, that's good. And then we have the cavalry charge. We could do in 2 moves. We could be upon Craterus, but I would like to prepare both sections for the charge and then play the charge card and go in for the kill at the same time. That would be nice. So I need actually 2 turns to prepare on both sides, right? So move up some cavalry there, move up some cavalry there, and then do the charge. And in the meanwhile, we of course will see Craterus infantry advancing, but we know that. So where should we start then? Let's do the left hand side first. So we're gonna play order left 4, because this means we also can try to get that thread out of the way. And as a matter of fact, we can also already now pull in some ranged fire on Craterus. So 1, 2, 3, and who should be the fourth one? Well, let's get some support from some bow units over here in our attempt to catch Craterus. So let's see. Let's do a bold move here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3, 3, and Can we move anywhere else? Those guys will evade anyway, so maybe it's enough to attack with one unit. So let's go here and here instead, because then I can get these guys who could put in some fire there. Those guys have also moves, we're gonna mark them as that, so we only throw one die. So let's start the combats then. Here, bow units, one die. That's a miss. Well, we try to attack here, they will evade. And wait a minute, maybe I should do it the other way first, because those guys will evade there and then they will be supported. That's not good. So let's start with a ranged attack here against Craterus first. So we want the blue. That's a flag, but those guys can retreat. Oh, ignore that because they have Craterus with them. That was bad. That would have been really nice to get the retreat flag there, right? And then we have this attack, and those guys have to, since we have a path with 2 hexes, they need to retreat there. So they're kind of blocking the path to Craterus for us now. But, well. I think we can punch a hole there. So it's 3 dice, and we're looking for green symbols. We got none of them. Okay, so the bow unit did evade successfully here now. Okay, but we have prepared this flank for the attack. That's nice. So, now's the question. What does Craterus think? He knows those guys are chasing him, of course, but he has closed the line, and we have a coordinated attack. We have a bit of an opportunity, I was thinking here, because those guys, well, they can evade, but if we could put in some good skirmish fire on those guys, they are not supported, so they cannot really retreat. They can retreat 1 hex, but that's not enough, because if we just get 1 flag on those guys, they are eliminated, because we are blocking their retreat path here now. Just saw that now, but so if we play the line command, we will order the whole line and we can put in some fire. I think that's good. So let's go with the original plan. We'll start moving up the infantry now. So it's a line command. This means all these guys are activated. Bam, 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 and all the way over here. Oops. I marked them so I remember what units I did move and what not yet. So, but I must remember I can only go 1 hex. Well, let's start on this flank instead. So we're gonna start marching forward. Like that. Like that. Here. Oops. So we are advancing with like 20,000 men here now in one go. That's pretty amazing. So we go here, and those guys can actually put in some ranged fire. Now's the question, should we just stay put here and get it? I think it's worth it to get the 2 dice attack here with a ranged fire, you know. I mean, 1 flag is enough. And I think I'm gonna stay here and do the close combat then, because I am adjacent to leader, so I could get some bonus hit symbols. So I think with attacking with those guys, I am forcing these to evade at least. So that's it. Now we have the battle still to do. And let's start here. The auxiliary will throw the javelins against those light cavalry who perhaps did go a bit too far there. Let's see. They completely missed actually, so I think they can be really happy about that. But it's not done yet. We're gonna throw from here as well. That's only 1 die though, because those guys moved. But if we get that flag, no, we got a leader symbol. So the Eumenian cavalry were really lucky there, because now we're gonna attack here and now they will evade. But I'll still roll those 2 dice and hope for a green. Now we see the first casualty of the game, green symbol, so 1 of the blocks goes away for Eumenes. Okay, that's it. Interesting start, I must say, because both sides are pulling through their plans, but well, I was thinking, you know, now to put up some forces here to prepare for the, you know, the cavalry assault, but maybe things are a bit maybe we need to tend to these guys as well. Maybe we should charge already and do this afterwards. I don't know. Dark in the Sky. Dark in the Sky is also well, this is really interesting, because we have 3 units in range. We could throw javelins there, we could fire the bows there, and fire the bows there twice. So that's really interesting as well. Or we do the charge, or we move up the cavalry forces here now to prepare and hope that we are holding here. At least we are supported now with all 3 units. Anything else? A mounted charge is really tempting to do. I mean, we are in a good position. We can hit with 3 units right now. Too bad these guys are not in position yet. I think I will not play the light at least, so mounted charge, or I'll play the leadership here and move up the cavalry. That is another option. Dark in the Sky, move, fire, move. Nah, not now. So I think it's cavalry charge, it's a Dark in the Sky, or it's the leadership any section. So we have 3. I'm gonna roll for it actually. Let's see what Eumenes does. I think, well, all of these 3 has some good and bad parts to the plan, I guess, but I'll let the gods decide this for Eumenes. So 1, 2, we go for the charge. 3 and 4, we play the leadership any section. This means we're gonna prepare for the charge instead, move up those guys as well. Or 5 to 6, we halt our plan for a while and do some skirmishing in between before we continue with the battle plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what it will be. It's a 3, so we go for the original plan actually. We move up the cavalry, and I guess next turn it will be a cavalry charge, whatever happens here now. So we're gonna order those 2 units because they need to be linked, so we cannot order a 3rd unit, I'm afraid. But we're gonna move ourselves into position now. So we have 1, 2, let's move the light. No, it's only 2 mediums here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now we are ready to hit. There we are. We have both these units are in range now, so this could be really interesting. But no battles though. So we need to be patient here and just pull through our plan. Let's see if it holds. If it does, this could be a really quick battle. Okay, so now we have Craterus here. He sees the cavalries moving up on both flanks. What on earth can he do? We could do the next line command. I'm thinking of doing that because now I can put in quite a lot of heavy skirmishing fire with that. 3 in the center, coordinated attack or a double time. I don't want to play that yet. Yeah. I was thinking, we could surprise the enemy cavalry doing a charge with Craterus actually now, but I don't have any cards that could support that act because the coordinate attack is not enough. We need to move away something and then also move Craterus, and that's not possible to do. And 3 in the center, so we cannot do that. So I think I'm gonna do, or we could attack with Neoptolemus, I think, with this card. That could be something. He could attack Eumenes himself, actually. Okay, so we have good options here, actually 2 of them. We could surprise Eumenes here and do the attack first, because we see that he's coming, so maybe we can get in the first blow instead. So let's see. To be fair, I'm gonna roll for this as well. So 1, 2, 3. I will order 2 units left. This means we do the cavalry charge and also do some attacks with the Auxilia there. Or 4 to 6, we go with the line command, slowly moving forward our battle line and do some skirmishing fire from there. And preparing for our original battle plan actually. So let's see what it is. It's a 5, so we go with the original plan here as well. So Eumenes did the original plan and so do we. So we're gonna play the line command, take it easy and order all of the guys again. 20,000 men on the move. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna march here because now we want to throw in the javelins. Also here. There's gonna be a shower of javelins towards the advancing cavalry here. Let's move like this time so we keep the line intact in case we get some other good linked cards. We got this double time, so we need to stay linked with the units. Like so. And like so. We are closing in. And let's see, here's the interesting part. Too bad all those guys are supported. Maybe I should leave that as a kind of an own cluster and just pour in loads of javelins and arrows now. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna move those guys at all. So where should we start? Let's start on this flank where we moved. So here we're gonna throw some javelins against those guys who cannot ignore any flags, So we got 1 die. And that's a miss. That was really lucky for Eumenes cavalry, because if those guys would have retreated back here to the baseline, the attack force would have been much smaller than 2 units is good. But we still need to survive some more javelins here. Here's 1 die against Eumenes himself. And that's actually a hit. So now we're gonna check Eumenes' fate, because if he falls, we're gonna lose 1 card as well. But he survived. That was this auxiliary. And then we got the light infantry also throwing the javelins against Eumenes. And now he got a flag, but I will ignore that because I want to pull through my cavalry charge now. As I said, this could be short but interesting. That's that's for sure. So that's all on this flank. Let's go here then. And we start from the middle one. It's 2 dice against that light cavalry. Ah, no hits. That was bad. Bow fire, same unit. Now we got a hit. It's only 1 block left here. And we got yet another javelin attack coming from the auxiliary there. So 1 more hit and we get our first banner. We got the flag, but luckily for him he's supported now, so nothing there. Okay, but I must say this is an interesting development, but right now it looks like Yumin is could pull his battle plan through here, because now we got the Spartacus card as well, but I don't dare to use that now because, you know, we need to roll the dice and then maybe we cannot activate the cavalry I want, so I'm gonna go with the cavalry charge. There we go, here's the card we want, but we got a good hand now to follow up this cavalry charge. So, or mounted charge it is, and it's you know, I can order 6 units. I have 5 of them, so it will be each and every. And basically, well, I can move. Oh, I can throw 1 more die in the battle. So let's see where we go. Let's. Does it matter who goes where? I mean, I think I'm gonna attack with. Let's put them like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and over here. How can we get to Craterus? Something must be killed off here now. So if we attack the bow unit, those guys will just evade. That's not funny. So we need to get basically those guys and then do the bonus attack. If we could get those guys with the first bonus attack, at least get them to retreat, we can go after and attack again. And then the second one could attack there, go in there and then there and attack again. I think it could be a good thing here. So we go here. These guys, where to move those guys? Well, I cannot do any ranged combat with these cards, so I need to charge. If I'm gonna attack, or maybe I should pull that light cavalry back now. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's not give the Craterus Force a free banner for that, so we go in here instead. And well, this is a kind of a risky thing to do, but well, we could cripple Craterus forces at least, even if we don't get the leaders now. So let's start here. We got 4 dice thanks to the mounted charge card, and that is auxiliary, so they cannot evade. So 4 dice, but they are supported, so they can ignore 1 flag. That's the bad thing here. Let's see if we can get them. It was a bad roll. We got only 1 flag. That was bad, and we only got 1 hit. So the plan doesn't start too good here, because now they will roll back with 3 dice, and what's really bad is that those guys are adjacent to leader. So they also hit us because of that. So really bad start here. Well, the next one is perhaps a bit better prospect, but we cannot get to Craterus now because these guys did stand fast. So well, what we can do is try to hit those as heavy as we can, at least. Those guys cannot, as I said, take any flags, so at least we might get them to retreat. Let's see, 4 dice. But this time we didn't roll any flags, of course, but we got, well, 2 hits. Not too impressive anyway, because now they will battle back. No leader this time though, but still they did a good battle back. Probably rode into a shower of javelins, so 2 blocks down here. Poor Yumin is there, or his left hand side cavalry at least. We're in a bad position here now. We are very, very vulnerable for a counterattack by Craterus now. Okay, but over here, maybe that goes a bit better. We start with those guys. It's 4 dice, and now we hit also with leader symbols. So we got 1, 2, yes, that was better. 3 hits, and that cavalry unit is eliminated. Pretty good, pretty good. By that we get the first banner, and that's for Eumenes. So now we're gonna check if Neoptolemus is a casualty or not. He's not, so he can now evade. And I'm thinking, yeah, because if I don't evade out of the board, those guys will follow us and kill us. That's pretty sure. So I had to take the cautious option here, and I will ride out. So we remove that block, but they don't get any... I wonder what happened. The bad thing with doing that is that we're gonna lose a card. I'm pretty sure of that, even though he's not eliminated per se, but he's still removed from the game, and I think that's enough to remove one of those cards due to the special rule for this scenario. Should we remove him, or should we dare to... Because those guys will roll 4 dice, and if they roll 1 leader symbol, I'm dead and I lose that card anyway. And another banner. So no, I'm gonna ride out. I'm gonna be cautious there, so I ride out. So those guys could go there, and 1 more, and then battle again, but they cannot reach any enemy. Too bad. But they will stay actually. But we got Eumenes himself. He will now attack that Auxilia with 4 dice. And that's 1 hit, and luckily for us we got a flag which he cannot take. So they take the hit and needs to retreat. So thanks to that we didn't get the battle back from them. So we go in here, we can go 1 more. Let's go back there and attack the same unit again. It's 4 dice again. Come on, let's get him now. Yeah, we did. Actually, it's 4 hits this time. So Auxilia unit eliminated, and a second banner dealt to Eumenes. We could go in once more, but let's stay here. Well, good there. We didn't get Neoptolemus, but we have gotten 2 banners from that cavalry charge, and that's good enough, I think. Because now also we need to randomly draw one of the cards here from the Craterus hand. So I'm gonna roll for that, so it's 1 to 5 basically. It's 5, so it's the card out here. And that was 3 on the right. So that's that. So Crater is now down to 4 cards, and it's their turn, but he can now perhaps get the banner or 2. Let's see. 2 there, 2 in the center, 1 on each. Too bad, I cannot reach his cavalry. That's frustrating. And then we have a double time. That's not really yet what I want to do. So what do we want to do then? Well, one crazy plan would be to play a double time, rush in behind Eumenes and attack them. They can't evade, you know. That's an interesting plan, isn't it? I mean, we could move the whole line towards this side. It's crazy, basically, if you think what's really is happening on the battlefield. But they could rush in behind the cavalry, attack them, and hope to get them. I mean, those guys cannot... The bad thing is, if we move 2 with Auxilia, they cannot attack. So those guys we cannot attack. Yeah, we can, because it's a double time, sorry. Double time can always attack. That was silly me. But it's only close combat, yes. So we cannot include those lights. But we could get 2 attacks on the cavalry. Even... No, it's only 2. We could add in the light units in the attack if you want to. I mean, those guys could go there and attack, but those guys cannot attack. Is it worth it? Is it too risky? What else could we do? I mean, this is tempting, of course, but we really don't... Or we could play the double time here, of course. We could get those guys... blocked from retreating, I mean. These guys we could attack, but they will evade, but it's 1 block, so we could hit them with a bit of luck. Two pretty interesting choices here. Of course, I would like to use the double time, you know, to charge in on the main line, but just leaving the cavalry unattended here, that's too dangerous right now. So I could also do this one and put in some ranged fire here, and here do some close combat attacks. And in the center we could, well, I don't know, maybe skirmish. Or we do the crazy attack here. And if we do the crazy attack, we have 2 options as well. So I will roll. So it's 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. And if I play the double time, I will roll again to see what flank I do it on. That's basically how I'm going to resolve this, or this takes too much time for me to decide. So 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Okay, it's a double time. It is double time. So 1 to 3 we do it on this flank, 4 to 6 we do it on Eumenes' flank, or against him. So it's a 1, oh it's a 2, so we do it over here. That's okay. So we're gonna order these guys. So these guys will move here to block the retreat path of that cavalry, and these guys will just move forward 1. Both of them. Too bad we cannot get the cavalry involved in this. That would have been really, really nice. So we do want to attack here first, because I want this hex to be blocked. Otherwise those guys will just evade. So we start attacking from here to here. So that's 3 dice. No leader support though. And we got 1 hit. Too bad we didn't get the flag. That would be the end of those guys. But 1 hit. And now they battle back. And they also hit us. And not only that, they got the flag on us actually. So 1 hit. And we need to go back 1. Let's go back towards the leader. So I'm going to take my chances here now to attack with the light or the bow unit there. So it's 2 dice. And I need a blue or I need a flag, and then I get him. And I rolled 2 reds. Oh, what a bad roll. So they will again battle back. And they are of course fighting really good. They got 2 hits on us. Ah, what a waste of blocks here. Ooh. So here we go, we have 1 more attack, but those guys will evade. 1, 2, but we're gonna roll those 3 dice, and if we roll a blue, we at least get them. But we did not. They got away. Too bad. I think it was an okay plan, but the execution of the plan was not that excellent. So that was Craterus. Now it's Eumenes again. Now it would be really nice to pull back that cavalry, that's for sure. Spartacus. Or we go crazy with Spartacus. What could we do with Dark in the Sky? We could put in fire with 2 units right now. Not that impressive. That's a dummy card. Or we could activate the cavalry there and start rolling up that flank, because we can place ourselves so they cannot retreat, you know. But it's a bit dangerous. We can be counterattacked pretty heavily there. Or should we play the Spartacus and go in for some real crazy charges here? I mean, I could even battle with those 1-block units just to exchange here and get... I mean, if both sides get the banners, I'm fine with that because we are in a lead. Let's do that. I'll play the Spartacus. So that would be 6 dice. Let's see what we will activate. Okay, so that's the only dummy we got. We got 3 units of our choice, 1 medium and 1 light, and this is a good roll. So I'm gonna go crazy here. So that's the blue and 1 leader. I'm gonna go crazy with my cavalry over here. So I have 1 light left to do, and I'm gonna activate those bow units with that. Pretty cool. So let's see. Do we dare to attack Craterus? Nah, I'm gonna make sure I eliminate those 2 and get the banners for those. So I'm gonna move those guys there, those guys there. So let's see. Let's do it like this. We go here. Like that, and we go there. Let's see what that yields. So let's start here. No, we start, yeah, that's really not important, I guess. Start here, so those guys cannot evade now. And now we got 4 dice, and we need 2 hits. Come on. Yeah, 2 hits. The bow unit is eliminated. We got a 3rd banner. We could go in there and move 1 more, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna get away. Then we have this suicide missile here, who attacks that auxiliary unit there. Let's see. And that's 2 hits. Awesome. Really awesome. Eliminated. The 4th banner is up. And We go in, we go one more and attack that auxiliary. We're gonna try to get that banner as well. That would be truly awesome. And I got 2 hits, can you believe it? I got those guys too. So that's a 5th banner. And do I want to go there? Yes. No. I'm not sure, because those guys will attack. I can evade, but they need 1 hit and I'm done. But I think if I stay here, I'm done anyway. So let's go here just to harass those guys. Maybe we can get them to retreat even with the last bowfire on this flank. So those guys will fire with 3 dice now. And too bad they missed them completely. Yeah, no flags even. Okay, that's it. So here I will... No, I won't want those guys to retreat. So let's start here then. It's 4 dice. They can though take 1 flag. That's the bad thing here, but we need to do it this way. So 1 hit and 2 flags. That's interesting. So 1 hit first of all. Then they need to... They can ignore 1 flag, but the other guy they need to take, and that's 2 hexes. They cannot retreat even 1, so we need to remove 2. But they can battle back. But they missed. It's going good for you, Minis now. Yeah, too bad I cannot reach them with the other guy, but we will still attack. So it's 4 dice against that auxiliary. 2 hits and a flag. They can ignore that flag. Let's see. First we take the casualties, and now should we take the flag? No, because then we will just be pursued and they will get us. So I will stay there and battle back. And we got the flag. Well, not that crazy good. 1, 2, 3. That was not too bad for you Minis to get that flag. They can, you know, just regroup here and attack again. So that was it. And we're now in a lead 5-0. This is going crazy now. Basically because, I mean, we should have gotten at least 1 of those cavalry last turn with Craterus, but that did not happen. Okay, so we need to reshuffle the deck because we played the Spartacus card. I was actually thinking of ending the session here, but let's see. I mean, this battle will end pretty soon. I'm pretty sure of that, but yeah, let's play this to the end. It will be a 1 long session. So I'm gonna reshuffle the deck and be right back. Okay, the deck is reshuffled, so we are ready for the next turn, and that's Craterus. Let's see if we can get some banners now. 2 over there, 3 in the center, 1 on each section. Maybe that's the one now, or 3 over there. I think I go with the coordinated attack because I need to do some things in many places. Let's see. Well. Too bad I don't have any right-hand side cards. That would have been the best, because we could have gotten both of those cavalry. With this card we really can't, and that sucks. Yeah, that sucks a bit, but we need to play that. So it will be Craterus. It's time for his charge now. In the center, what on earth will we do here? Well, let's advance. I mean, I'm gonna break the line now, but we need to do something. to gain a banner or something like that. But here we are in a really bad position. I'm even thinking maybe I should recall this card and play 3 over there and get my guys to safety. There is no real safe spots, I'm aware of that, but we need to do something here. The bad thing is I cannot get to those cavalry. This is a difficult situation. There's no real good solution. Either I let those cavalry get away, I don't get those banners, or I try to get away here and protect my units there. Let's roll. So let's see what I can play. 1 to 3, or I play the 3 left with a 4 to 6 roll. Okay, let's go for this then. This is the more aggressive one. So something needs to attack here, so we're gonna do it with it must be the auxiliary, because those mediums cannot reach those guys. Okay, so movement. These guys will break loose from the line and go for attacking those guys. And the cavalry here what if I attack here? Then I can go 1 more and attack there. Those guys. Could be something, but then these guys will be unnecessary to move there. So maybe we should instead go for these guys. Those guys will stay put and just attack. Okay, so let's start here. We're gonna attack there. And now I'm not really sure. Do I want to retreat with Eumenes, or should I take my chances? I can only take 2 hits. I better be cautious. So let's evade. So, but they're gonna roll anyway. And they missed. I think Kratos has been a bit unlucky also in this battle so far. Here we're gonna attack. Those guys will evade towards here. But now we're gonna roll 5 dice. And green ones hit. Ah, we got 1 at least. And now for the most important battle, perhaps. If I don't get those guys, then I don't know what to do. 3 dice, and we need 1 hit. Come on. We got 3 hits. Okay, Kratos is doing his part at least, so but I want to go forward. I will stay here, but at least we can get the banner for that. Okay, that was a coordinated attack. I think still the battle will end now, because Eumenes needs 1 more banner, and he has some good places to get that. Clash of Shields, the new card we got here. Okay, we got 2 right, so I'm gonna finish this up with the cavalry. Those stacks there, and those goes there. And let's start here. It's 3 dice, we need 1 hit, and it's game over. And there it is, 3 hits. What a good last roll, right? 3 hits, 1 needed. So those goes, and we got the 6 banner, 6 to 1. And well, what can I say? A bit unexpected result. Okay, Eumenes was hoping for a quick win, and it was kind of what happened, but not in the way I thought. I thought we would get the leaders. Okay, we scared off one of the leaders, Neoptolemus, but still, since that plan didn't go well, we we just killed off enough units to win the battle. And I mean, that flank was a disaster for Craterus. He had a chance to catch and get that cavalry, but he failed with his lighter troops there. In the end, we only got one of the cavalry units. Okay, they are really, really badly beaten here, but they are not dead. That's the important part. And so they, even when they were really under strength here, they did that crazy attack with you remember that Spartacus card. And I mean, also the Spartacus roll was really good. I mean, 5 out of 6 was good roll. So pretty good roll there for Eumenes as well. I mean, cannot blame that it's all about the dice here, but Eumenes for sure got the dice on his side, and we even didn't see the clash of any phalanxes here. That would have been an interesting thing to see, the lines clash, you know, but he didn't go that far. So, well, I don't think there's much more to add. This is a clear victory for Eumenes, and Craterus survived this battle like he didn't but he didn't do that in history, so it's a bit ahistorical in that sense. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you did enjoy it. I did for sure, even we didn't see that big clash happening, but I think it was an interesting. At least I like the development in the beginning, because both sides could pull through their initial plans, and that's pretty seldom that happens if you think of it. I mean, you have a clear battle plan, but then things mess up or you roll really bad and you need to change the plan and react to enemy movements. So, but this was, at least the few first turns, both sides could pull through their initial plan. But then I think with the events that occurred after that, I think the dice had really an impact there to Eumenes' advantage, I think. So yeah, but it was interesting in that way. So again, thanks for watching, and I will start preparing for the next one soon. Hope you will be back then, and yeah, as I said previously in the beginning of this video, we're gonna return to Successor Wars in a few battles to come now. So, see you next time. Bye bye.